Kam Patterson. So let me back up for a second. SNL season 51 is about to start. They have just announced their new cast members. They've got 5 new cast members. I don't have all of their names and I don't have information about all of them. The standout is Kam Patterson, and that's what I want to talk about. So Kam Patterson is a comedian. He's based out of Austin. Apparently he was born in Florida, but he's been doing his comedy career in Austin. People would probably know him from the Kill Tony podcast. Now, I just learned about this. I'm very curious about this. But apparently, the Kill Tony podcast is a live podcast. All right, let me read what this says. When I do my Googles, it says Kill Tony is an American live podcast stand-up comedy variety show. That is a mouthful. Created and hosted by comedian Tony Hinchcliffe and produced and co-hosted by Brian Redban. Apparently the show premiered around my birthday, 2013, and has released a new episode every Monday night since. So I didn't know anything about this. I'm not a big stand-up comedy person, so this wouldn't have been on my radar. Again, another thing I will have to talk to my co-host about. He may know about this already, but Kill Tony it's apparently very popular in the comedy world, and Kam Patterson has been on Kill Tony, and he's been rising to stardom, apparently. Complex says SNL adds Kill Tony comedian Kam Patterson to season 51 cast. It says the show actually made the announcement a couple days ago, and Kam Patterson is among those to be added to the lineup. He is a 26-year-old comedian out of Orlando, Florida. And he made his first appearance on Kill Tony back in 2023 and has quickly become a fan favorite for his hilarious 1-minute comedy skits and his back and forth with the show's TV host, Tony Hinchcliffe. Now, I did see... let me just read this part. He's traveled the country performing with some of the show's regulars and regularly posts his content on his social media platforms where he's gained hundreds of thousands of followers. The comedian posted about his SNL news hours after the announcement was made with a photo of himself in the caption, "Monday nights changed my life. Let's see how I do on Saturdays." I love that. That's so cute. Okay, so I like this. I like this because SNL is such a big name, and I think that the fact that they're still looking at young talent and still hiring young talent and diverse talent at that is amazing. Say what you will, and SNL is not for everybody. I admit that. I don't watch SNL every week. I do catch it sometimes when there's guests that I want to see, or if I'm just curious. I always feel like their first few episodes at the beginning of the season are always pretty good, and I usually check it out, but I never stick around for the entire season. It's just not something that I keep up with regularly. But I do think that it is important for spaces like an SNL to continue to foster young talent. So I love this story, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. I was like, yes, good for him. Kam Patterson. I don't know him personally, but he is funny. Do go check him out. Go check him out on social media because I did look him up, and he got some jokes. He's got some jokes. And trust me, if you could get me with your stand-up comedy, you're doing all right. You're doing all right. Okay? Because I'm not easily impressed in that department. But I think this is really dope. And I'm excited for him. I mean, again, hiring that young talent. He's 26. Black guy. He's funny. Got a lot going for himself. They say that they're not sure if he's going to continue to be a part of Kill Tony. My guess is it would be hard because Kill Tony travels a lot and it's also based in Austin, and his new job is based in New York. So I don't know, but I guess that remains to be seen. Maybe they'll work something out with him so that he's able to still make appearances. We'll see. Not really sure, but yeah. Please let me know in the comments if you have experience with Kam Patterson. If you have checked him out before, if you have seen any of his shows, let me know. If there's one that you think that I really need to see, please let me know and I will go look for it. But I think this is amazing. Again, SNL season 51. SNL has been around for a really long time. This is why they need to continue hiring young, fresh talent. They've been around a really long time. And tomorrow is promised for no one and no show. Okay? It's just not.